Hey, language learners, this is Anne. I thought I'd share with you my favorite films to watch in French. And luckily, I have the DVDs, and these DVDs have the French attached. So it's already enclosed, it's in the setup, and there it is. So, my favorite, Casablanca. What a wonderful film! It's so good. This film is so good that I almost wish it were a novel. The screenplay is so good that you're going, it should almost be a novel. It's so good. The dialogue, the depth of the characters, the love story, the time of war. I mean, it is so compelling, so wonderful. And it's great to listen to it in French. And so I listen to it in French, and then sometimes I listen to it in English, but I read the subtitles. I go back and forth. It's so interesting to do it that way. There are some, sometimes I just listen to it. And the more you do, the more you learn, because we need to be listening in French, and so that's what's so valuable about this. Okay, so Casablanca. Okay, the next one, French Kiss. This is actually my favorite Meg Ryan film, and I love Meg Ryan. I mean, I have all her other films, When Harry Met Sally, You've Got Mail, but she is adorable in this film. And it's funny, I never watched it when it first came out. I think I watched the first few minutes, and she said how much she hated French, and I turned it off. Because, how can this person hate French? So, but I didn't give it enough time, obviously. And then I realized it's in French. I can get it in French, and there she is. They're talking in French, or as I said, I could listen to it in French, or I can listen to it in English, or I can read the subtitles. But it's a wonderful love story, and she is adorable in it. And besides, the pictures of Paris are beautifully done. The screenplay is great. The essence of the struggle that she has to go through in this film is just so charming. Yeah, so I highly recommend this film, and you can read it, you can listen to it in French, and it'll help you. And then one of my other favorites in French is Ben-Hur. 11 Academy Awards. Wow, what a film. William Wilder. Oh my God, what a director. It's so great. If you're listening, it is okay. It's biblical, and I even got the book and then I got a book about the author Lew Wallace, a general. He was a Civil War general who wrote this film, who wrote the book, and I don't think it's ever been out of print. But it's not an easy book to read. It is quite biblical. I mean, literally. No stone is unturned. It's not turned. It's a little too daunting in that way. That, somebody was married to somebody. The way the Bible is. The book is like that. And there's not a ton of dialogue. He gets to the dialogue, but it's not like a screenplay at all. So the fellow who did the screenplay did a brilliant job with this, like earthing out the story from that wonderful book, but the characters are wonderful. And Judah Ben-Hur, caught in this, again, the problem is Rome, and with his people and the injustice that is done, and it's so beautifully done. 11 Academy Awards, beautifully done, beautifully mastered on this particular disc, and a treasure. And my favorite part is actually when when he's a galley slave, and Quintus Arius, gets introduced to him, and he goes, 41. It's just marvelous. It's a marvelous. Shows you the power of Rome, and it's just the beauty of Rome. It was really filmed in Italy. They did it, right after the war. It's wonderful. Day of the Jackal. Love this film. Fred Zinnemann was the director, and it's amazing. And the book is wonderful. The book is just wonderful, and I have it in English, I have it in French. That's one of the books I'm reading in French. Woo, hard. I'm getting there, though. It's exciting. But the movie is amazing, and you can see it, you can listen to it in French. A good friend of mine found this version in French because the other version, it only had the text in French. So he said, oh, I'll find it for you. And he found it for me. And he also had to get a special European disc player so that I could listen to it. But it's a true story of, well, not a true story. It has partial true. It's about de Gaulle. What a fascinating man. And how he, his problems with Algeria, and how he was attacked. Truly, it begins with a true attack on his life. And the author just took it somewhere else and made it. Then all of a sudden he created another story. So, wonderful. Day of the Jackal. Okay, and now we have some light things. They're lighter, because I was once a high school teacher, and so whenever I find books about coming-of-age stories, I find them too funny not to watch. Well, and charming. Adventureland. This is such a great movie. What I like about this is that it is the truth about when a young man graduates from college, not even high school, college, and he's never had a real job. Never had a real job. He has mowed lawns, but he has a very high score, very high math score. He has, he's been very brilliant, and all of a sudden he gets out and they go, oh, we're sorry, we can't send you to New York. We can't, we can't send you to Europe for the summer. Your dad's got a different job and you're going to have to go get a job. And he says, get a job. He has to go home to Pittsburgh, where he said, they don't like people like me. I read poetry for fun. So it is so great because you see the struggle of a young person, the real struggle of a first job, of the reality of that. And the cast is wonderful. It's very true to life, I think. That awkward time when you leave college or you leave high school and you are faced with the reality, oh, now I have to get a job. I have to, what? And it's in French. It's in French. They do a beautiful job with the French. So I highly recommend it. And then the last, whenever I need to laugh, I always say, Orange County. Where's my copy of Orange County? I need to... I love this film, and I'm always touting it. I'm always saying, come on now, we should all be watching Orange County. It's a very, very well done film. It's excellent. I'm just going to say that the screenplay by Mike White is right on. He plays the English teacher in it. He's so funny. Oh my gosh. There are so many guest stars in this film. Lily Tomlin, Chevy Chase, to name a few. But it is a great story of a boy who wants to get into Stanford, and his mother doesn't want him to leave to go to school. And actually, Mike White said, yeah, this really happened to me. My mother didn't want me to go. I said, Mom, I gotta go. And so it is that struggle. So again, that's fabulous. And actually, getting back to Adventureland, that is a true story too. The writer said that was his first terrible job, was at a theme park. And so that was what made it real. So, but all of these are in French, which is that you can enjoy them. And of course, Casablanca, probably be your favorite, even if you just have Casablanca. Go find it on the internet while they still have DVDs. Run! Until next time, au revoir.